I think IT is another interesting one.
Yes.
You know, we saw 2 days of straight gain where we saw almost 5% rally in IT. Today there's some profit booking. Any view with regards to this sector? And if you were to play this sector technically, what would your picks be?
Right. So for us now, IT has come to a point where it is no more a space where you have to step back. It is a scenario where you have to eventually start looking for an accumulation, at least for a medium-term, long-term perspective. This is one of the sectors which is at its long-term support. 35,000 on the IT index is a very, very strong support. Currently, we are at roughly at 35,000, which is barely anything. So we have seen certain mid caps which are still doing far better, but I think within that space, large cap IT has a very strong risk reward. Names like Infi, Techem. If you also go and see the positioning by the domestic mutual funds, majority are underweight. Okay, so you have an underweight sequence already in the IT as a sector. The FIs have been selling IT throughout the 2025. The Nifty versus IT ratios are also had historical support. So for us, IT is at such an inflection point where a 10% move in an IT as a sector like this, I will not be surprised. So that is an additional tailwind that we are looking within the heavyweights to play. As for us, within IT, Infi and Techem remains one of our top bets.
What makes you positive on IT? It's just the oversold nature of it, or what is likely, what's the thesis like?
Yes, absolutely. One of the oversold natures, and not only oversold, but it has come to its long-term support lines, right?
Sure.
And with that formation, we have seen enough selling, and selling exhaustion as one of the patterns also playing out. So usually, demand and supply is one of the important aspect we cannot really ignore. But when we know that it has come to an end stage where there are certain accumulations already been witnessed, and any positive trigger that comes in, looking at the broader scenarios and how the market construct is playing. So it doesn't take, any heavyweight sector, especially on the mutual fund side, if they are underweight, in terms of positioning, it hurts their performance to a larger extent. That's where they would want to upsize. So there is a reasonable amount of gain that could eventually play out on the positioning size. But for us, it has come to a risk-reward ratio where IT, at least on the large cap front, should be bought with a strong accumulation, is what we are suggesting.